George in Texas, epistemology for the faith in death and resurrection of Jesus can be 100% backed up by evidence. So give us your one piece of evidence very quickly that the death and resurrection of Jesus actually happened, as described in the Bible.
Okay, Romans chapter 1, verse 4, it tells you that Jesus proved himself to be the Son of God by the Spirit of holiness, by the resurrection from the dead. And
okay, so real quick, does that mean, does the fact that something is written in a book mean that it's true?
No, it is backed up in different ways. I mean, you're talking about experience. I did have received experience because of that death and resurrection. You're talking about it.
How do you know that experience was consistent with reality?
Because I was injured in a car accident and I had a large herniated disc in my back, my lower L4 and L5. And after a year and a half of pain, I was prayed for at a church in Miami, Florida, and I was healed instantaneously, and I did not have any more pain in my back.
Where are your medical records?
Yeah, then why did you mention Romans 1:4 at all? But, you know. So, George, well, have people with your injury recovered without the intervention of a God?
Possibly so. I am not too sure. I mean,
I get it. So now we know you're willing to admit, and that's cool. Romans 1:4 says, and who through the Spirit of holiness was appointed to the Son of God in power by his resurrection from the dead. That is a claim. That verse says that Jesus was resurrected. That verse isn't evidence of a resurrection. So what you're pointing to isn't evidence. You're just telling us the claim. Where's the evidence?
Okay, but what I am telling you that the byproduct of in 1 Peter 2:24, it says that by his stripes you were healed. And so what Jesus did on the cross, he paid.
I'm aware of what 1 Peter 2:24 says. Are you aware of what 1 Peter 3:15 says?
Yes, to give an answer for the hope that is within you.
Exactly. But what it says is to give the reason. And so are you saying that you believe, you're saying you believe because of what the Bible says, but why do you believe the Bible?
Very good, because your perspective is you're taking the Bible and handpicking it from one part to
no,
the other.
No, I'm not. No. I just asked you a question. I said, do you believe because you believe the Bible? And I asked, why do you believe the Bible?
Well, I'm giving you the answer for the reason that is with.
No, you're not. Now you're giving me a preamble to the answer. Why do you believe the Bible?
Okay, I believe the Bible because it is different from what you're seeing it, and here is why. Let me explain it. If you look at Jesus, when he came in, he preached a kingdom. And when he was on the cross, he was crucified for being a king. And he preached in the book of Matthew more than 50 times about a kingdom. And therefore, the Bible is no longer a literature or...
George, you still have the same problem. You're quoting a book.
I asked you why you believe the Bible, and all you keep doing is telling me what the Bible says. I'm aware of what the Bible says.
Are you aware that it is a kingdom?
Do you understand that I was a fundamentalist Christian for more than 25 years studying to be a pastor? I know what the Bible says. I'm asking you why you believe it.
Because he is establishing a kingdom, and the reason that I believe it...
No, you're just making claims. You're just making claims. We need evidence for those. It doesn't work that way.
Evidence. I'm giving you an evidence.
No, you haven't.
No,
you haven't given us one
more
scintilla of evidence. You just keep making more claims, and you just keep pointing to the Bible.
I just gave you. I told you that I have received a miracle in my back, and that
yes,
can be
George, listen.
George, people recover from your injury all the time.
Please listen. You have made a claim that you were miraculously healed. You didn't provide any evidence of it. I could have told you I was miraculously healed by the flying spaghetti monster, but that doesn't mean I provided any evidence for it. I could claim that I had really bad halitosis until Thor came and smacked me in the head with a hammer, but that doesn't mean what I'm saying is true.
Well, there is medical records of the fact that I have been.
But you've already acknowledged that people can recover from your position. Sometimes people spontaneously heal. Sometimes, were you ever on any medication for this? Did you have any surgeries?
No, I didn't have any surgeries.
And you didn't take any medicine?
Any surgeries in my back? No, sir.
And you didn't take any medication?
No, I was taking constantly back pain for I'm taking Tylenol and things of that nature.
Yep. Did you do any therapeutic things like heat treatments or exercises?
Yes, I did that, and
Congratulations. We now know the most probable cause for your healing. You're welcome.
But because even after that thing did not take place, the healing could not take place, and that's
I don't care.
You that
I don't care. You say you had an issue and it resolved. You say that you did therapeutic things and that it resolved. Given this situation, even if I were to believe you, which you haven't provided anything other than your say-so, even if I were to believe you, the most probable cause for your improvement in your condition is not that a magic being in the sky decided to heal you.
No, you see, your problem is you're just trying to cut off the simple fact that Jesus did die and resurrected, and he paid for our sin, paid for
No, we're asking for evidence of it.
You can't prove that.
Evidence.
Prove that Jesus died and resurrected.
Okay, well, the proof is in the pudding. The simple fact that Jesus paid the price for it, he resurrected from.
You're making more claims, no evidence.
I got to go. The proof that Jesus resurrected is that Jesus resurrected. Well, congratulations.
Nice tautology. Yeah, thank you so much. All right, have a good day. Talk to you later, George. And I dropped you. Yeah.
Frustrating.
So, yeah, it is, especially when they start quoting the Bible. And, for single source of truth, there's an awful lot of interpretations of that single source of capital T truth.
It's one thing I'm hoping to focus on, and maybe I'll focus on it on Wednesday on the new show a little bit, is this notion that people generally are convinced that they believe things for good reasons. Because none of us want to think that we're gullible. None of us want to think that we believe something for bad reasons. If I really believe this, but I know all my reasons are bad. You can't hang on to that. You can't force yourself to continue believing. And so they think there's good reasons. And yet I bet you, like, I can't recall one time today, one time last week, or one time in the 15 years that I've done the show where I asked someone for good evidence for God, and they even got close to something that would really count as evidence.
Right.
Yeah,
quoting the Bible just doesn't work for anything.
I mean, it'd be like the moon landing. Like if I said, hey, what's the evidence that we landed on the moon? And they think that good evidence is the government said so.
That's not.
Okay, that's still better than what you've got from the Bible, but only because we can independently verify it. What is the evidence that we've been on the moon? Well, we can hook up telescopes, we can see reflectors and things like that. We have photographs when we were there. We can talk to the people who went there. We can watch the rockets take off. We do all this. We have, satellites around the Earth and other things. There's nothing, I mean, it's still remarkable. It's just that there's nothing unrealistic about it. And yet there are people who don't believe it. And I live in a world where people don't believe we went to the moon, believe that the Earth is flat, don't believe in science and vaccines, and yet think that an old book that tells them that they're sinful and that Jesus died for their sins is somehow the paragon of truth.
With 1,000 different interpretations of that single capital T truth.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like a single source of capital T truth to me.
I'll give it a pass.
Yeah, without a doubt.